Western Union, which is like a payment network of 100 million users across the world. I think it's mainly in the US. But they've just launched a stablecoin on the Solana network.
Really?
Yeah. So
that one.
they're jumping on the stablecoin train. Obviously, that's been something that we've covered at length, is just all these, payment giants launching stablecoins because they see it as the future, right? It's so much easier to transact. It's cheaper. It's more accessible.
Well, they get to charge a customer the same amount, but pocket more profit. So
Exactly. And they basically own the stablecoin.
Yeah.
Whereas the US dollar, they're not controlling it.
Yeah.
Whereas they can kind of do what they like with the stablecoin, right? So, we've seen Visa do it. We've seen PayPal do it.
PayPal's a big one.
Trump and his network are doing it, and they're
USD
working
one.
with the Saudis in some sort of interesting operation. So yeah, it's just ridiculous, and that market's only getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, it is the use case for crypto.
Yeah.
Like honestly, other than Bitcoin, the rest of the market, I think, is still a little bit more we need to see for longevity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I mentioned Bitwise before.
Yes.
And I want to raise that again because the Bitwise CIO, I think his name's Matt Hogan, which we've spoken about before. He does like a really good weekly sort of newsletter that I like to look into.
Yeah.
But on the back of their Solana ETF listing, he's basically put together a thesis. So his thesis is like, for a crypto investment to be strong, the overall market for that category needs to grow, and then it needs to grow in market share within that category. So if you're looking at Bitcoin, you might be looking at like store of value, right?
Store of value,
yeah. So you'd want to see the overall market share or the market for store of value just assets grow, and then Bitcoin to gain more market share within that category. Which we're kind
of seeing with like gold, right? So
exactly.
So if we see a flow out of gold, it would be to Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly. But in the case of Solana, he's talking about it from the use case of stablecoin and tokenization infrastructure.
Right.
And he wants to see that category grow. And then he says he thinks Solana will
piggyback on that,
gain the most market share out of all the current players in that. So we're talking Ethereum, Tron, the Binance Smart Chain, those sorts of things. So he says Solana has about a 14% market share at the moment, but he expects that to grow because I think even on the SwiftX network, like we put in our quarterly report that Solana dominates in terms of withdrawals, right? Like people are using the Solana network
more so
over the other ones because it's cheaper and it's quicker and all sorts of things, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, I like that.
He expects the market share for tokenization and stablecoin coins to grow by 10x easily within the near future. So, and he expects Solana to grow in market share within that. So,
see, I like that because it's the most unsexy way for crypto to become mainstream.
Yeah, I know, right?
But that's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And that's how I like to think about things. Like, what's the path of least resistance? So, I mean, it's not the easiest thing to probably get exposure in a way that you can benefit from that because, I mean, you can't really invest in a stablecoin, right? But you can invest in Solana, like you're saying, which is what you're saying. So if that market share grows, well...
Yeah, I mean, we've spoken about Solana in more of like the meme coin sense, right? Because it has so much like adoption and usage from a meme coin perspective because it seems to be the home of meme coins. Like we've spoken about it from that sense. We've also spoken about it being like a really fast network and that's sort of where it sets itself out from the rest.
Well, maybe the whole meme coin sort of saga was just a battle testing of the network.
Maybe.
To see if it could handle it.
And it seems like it can. I've heard like it can handle 7 times the amount of usage that the amount of payments that Visa can. I'll need to fact check that one.
Yeah.
So maybe let's...
I think they still have that network upgrade coming too, which just, again, increases that throughput. So, yeah, it's exciting times. Yeah.